exit this computer. All right, so this week we are going to do decision strategies. And so I would like for you, Germany, to give me your definition of how we use strategy, or what is strategy when it comes to NLP.
My strategy when it comes to NLP is
Or what do you think it is? Give me the definition of what does it mean to use strategy or elicit strategy?
What it means to me to use it, to use strategy, like if we was to just use strategy in our everyday life, just what it means to me to use strategy is how we go about doing actually everything, like how we make our decisions, how we choose to do our next moves, even with how we are deciding to be motivated. So like our strategy and how we're motivated, our strategies and what doesn't motivate us. So strategy is basically, to me, if I was to describe it, it's basically how we move throughout our life, really.
I love it. And I'm going to give an example. So I noticed here recently that, and this is what I love about this work, we're always evolving. And so when it came time to send an invoice for a client, I noticed that I was always feeling a certain type of way. And so what I did was I had to think about this. I had to think about how did I get to this? What triggers this? And then I was able to back up, because again, we learn how to elicit a strategy when we're doing a changing anchor. And so I had to think about this, and I had to think about, okay, this is how I feel around sending this invoice. Like, oh my goodness, are they going to question anything? Are they going to tell me that they're looking to terminate their contract? Like, I had all these unnecessary thoughts. And I was like, oh my goodness. Now, I did not just, I'm such this evolved person and I've made it to the top, so I'm in nirvana in my thinking. It took that I sent the invoice and had all these feelings around it. And then I got, as I do every month, and I've had this contract for quite a while. And every month I get positive feedback. So I have a track record of getting positive feedback. And so this particular time, this month, the feedback got back to say, okay, thank you. And also we've sold your services to another company. And so there's more people that will be added to your roster. And I'm like, all right. So because that took place, I was like, okay, so if the evidence show that they're happy with their contract and now they are also telling somebody else, this don't sound like somebody that's looking to end a contract. Exactly. And so why and where is all of this? How did I get to the point when it comes for invoice time, I'm feeling these things? And so I had to elicit my strategy on what was the trigger, what actually was I doing up until that point, so that I could then come up with a strategy, and someone's entering the room, come up with a strategy that better suited me for when it came time for me to send out an invoice. And so like you said, how we decide to do things, how we decide to live, how we decide to take action or not to take action, that strategies is in everything that we do. Including, and as a coach, it's important for us to understand how people make the decision to buy from us. How do they make the decision to buy our services? And so tonight, that's what we're going to get into. I know you guys elicit your own strategies and you understand how that is. You did it again like I said, when you did training anchors. So you guys are pro at this. And so what happens is today, you're going to follow the script word for word. You're going to elicit the person's buying strategy. You typically want to say, hey, do you remember a time when you were out shopping And they're like, yeah, when you were out by yourself shopping, yes, what did you buy? Oh, I bought a pair of jeans. Because so we want to remember them being out by themselves, buying something that that makes them happy. And then we just take them to the script.
Okay.
And for purposes of people watching the replay, I will go through the script really quickly here. And so you'll say, can you recall a time when you were out by yourself buying those jeans? Can you recall a specific time? As you go back to that time now, what was the very first thing that caused you to want to buy the jeans? And the person will give the answer. And then you'll continue in the script. Step 4, was it something you saw? Was it something you heard? Or was it something you felt? And they will say whether it was something they saw, heard, or felt. And then after you felt that, was that the very next thing that happened? What was the very next thing that happened as you were buying those jeans? All right. After you felt that, do you picture something? Did you say something to yourself? Did you have any certain type of feelings or emotions? And they will answer that. And then after you felt something and after you said something to yourself like, oh, I want that, and you felt yourself getting, imagining yourself in the jeans that you wanted to buy because your old pair didn't fit the way you want, and now you wanted a new pair to fit a certain type of way, and you saw that picture of the jeans fit in a certain type of way. Did you know, or did something else, or did you do something else? Oh, after I pictured the jeans on, then I heard my husband saying how wonderful I look in the jeans. All right, and so now I'm going to repeat that. Okay, so after you felt something, after you then saw yourself in these jeans, and then after you heard your husband tell you how wonderful you look in those jeans, did you know that you were going to buy those jeans, or did you do something else? Like, no, yeah, at that point I knew I was going to buy the jeans. And so now you have the strategy. And so what's going to happen is, now that you know their buying strategy, you're going to then come back and you're going to sell them a pen. And so since they first felt something, then they saw something, then they heard something, you're going to do the opposite, or you're going to do something that's totally not there. So you're going to say, oh, would you like to buy this pen? I want you to see how it is, and don't worry about feeling anything about it. I just want you to see it. And because the first time, what's happening? You can't.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to buy it.
Correct. Because again, exactly. And so that is it. And then you'll come back and say, okay, I have this pen here. I know you feel super excited because the color of it, and I'm sure you can see yourself writing with it. And then you will hear someone near and dear to you tell you how empowered you look while you are using this pen.
Okay.
So you see how now I totally went through the whole strategy. They felt a certain type of way. It didn't matter what they felt with the jeans. I just know they like to feel something. And so I tied that into the pen. And then I know that whatever that thing that they're buying, they see themselves using it. And then after that, I know that they hear someone saying how awesome they look with using whatever that thing is they're going to buy. And so that is how we will formally strategy elicit someone's buying strategy. Okay. So do you have your book? Do you have the page number for formal strategy elicitation?
Yes, the page number, it looks like it's 164.
Okay. And as you can see how quickly this can be done, doesn't take a lot.
Right.
And before I let you guys go, I see you guys still getting comfortable there. I can continue to go on. This is something that you can do while you are on discovery calls. You can say, hey, whatever that desired thing is that you know they desire because that's what you sell. Let's say you have self-care packages. You can say, okay, so how will you know that you want to really invest in your self-care? And then after you do that, do you just go ahead and invest in your self-care? Is there another way, or is there something else that you do? And then once you get there, you actually get to the end result. And so I know that I'm investing in my self-care because once I've purchased, or once I, get what I need, get a package that works best for me, then I'm living my best life and I'm not hollering at my kids and I love my dog again. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, who's gonna go first?
I'll be the person to ask the questions. So I'll be the practitioner today.
Okay, go for it, ladies. My husband might get dinner on time tonight.
Oh, okay.
We ain't got to make no promise. We ain't gonna make no promises. Y'all take your time.
Okay, that's true. Hey, Alexis.
Hey.
Okay, let me look in the thing. It say discover.
So that it goes a little bit smoothly.
I just want to know, like,
a pre-conversation with her to say what.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Okay. So, what do I ask? What kind of?
I would say, when was the last time you were at the store, the mall, or the shopping center, and you were alone and you bought something, and what was that item?
Okay, thank you. All righty. Okay, so hey, Alexis. Okay, so when was the last time that you went to a store and you were by yourself and you purchased something?
By myself, and I purchased something by myself. It's a good question. I think maybe about a week ago.
Okay. And wait, do I go ahead and, so can you recall a time when do I start there?
Well, you want to know what it is that she bought.
I was gonna ask that next. I should have just went with my first mind. Okay, so what did you buy?
Food.
And this food item was for you specifically?
Not really. It's for the house.
Okay, so when was the last time you bought something for yourself, whether it was at a store or online?
Oh, you know what? I am telling some stories. I was just at the store Saturday. I had a photo shoot I had to be at, and I had to hurry up. I wanted to hurry up and buy a new shirt. And I actually was so funny. I picked up like 4 shirts, and then I talked myself out of buying all 4 of them because I really didn't need them. I just wanted them because they were cute. But I put 2 of them back and I bought 2 of them. So
okay,
there you have it.
There we go. So can you recall a time when what am I supposed to say right there?
Yeah, bought when you were out buying shirts.
Okay. So can you recall a time when you were out buying shirts?
Yes. Other than that time?
No, that particular
time.
That particular time. Yes. I very vividly remember that.
So you can recall a specific time. Okay, as you go back to that time now, what was the first thing that caused you to buy the shirt?
The way it looked. I was looking for something comfy, flowy, and something I thought that would look good with, having taken a picture with it, with it on. So it had this little like glow shimmery look. And so it had all these elements that I was looking for. And I was like, ooh, boom, that's it right there. And I saw another shirt that was also flowy, and it had the colors that there's a specific color palette that she was looking for. So that other one, it was a different color than the shirt. It didn't have the shimmeriness. And I kind of just thought I liked the way it feel on my body. I went with the shimmery one, but I bought it because I thought I probably would wear this with something different. So I bought both of them, but it was just the look and the feel. Yeah.
Okay.
The look and the feel. Mm-hmm.
The look and the feel. Okay. So after you saw those colors and you saw the shimmery, shiny, and you said that you liked the way it felt, what was the very next thing that happened as you touched it or as you looked at it?
I pictured myself in it.
You pictured yourself in it. Okay. So did you say something to yourself after you pictured yourself in it? Or did you feel, I'm sorry, did you feel something?
Let's see, what did I feel? I know I felt something. What did I feel? I felt set, like,
okay,
this is it. This is what I'm looking for. This is going to have the look that I want.
Okay.
So I just kind of had that, like, I had that determined feeling, like, you know, how almost like you hear. So I love the show, Law and Order, SVU.
Oh, yes. I love that show. Yeah.
And you know that gung gung.
Yes.
Like,
this is it. This is it.
Okay. Geez, I feel like I have your strategy. I feel like I have it. So after you heard the song, you heard the dung dung, you felt it, after you saw it, and you was just like, yes, this is it. Did you know that it was time for you to buy it?
I did. I walked straight to the cash register. It's like, oh, okay, it's time to go. This is it. I ain't gonna look at nothing else. This is it.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, so I have this pen right here in front of me, and it's a pretty cool pen, and I like it, and I think it's a nice pen. It writes nice for me. I don't really think that it's like something that I can't use, like as far as like it doesn't pop out. It's not something that runs out of ink fast. I just want to know, like, are you interested in buying it, this type of pen?
Well, I do kind of like blue. I like a variety of blue. I would have to feel that pen, and I'd have to feel myself writing with it. I'd have to feel it in my hand and how my hand rests with it on the paper. In order for me to buy it. Like, I think that it's nice on camera, but I gotta feel that thing.
You gotta feel it. Okay,
feel it.
So here we go. Okay, so do I sell the same pen, or do I sell the same thing, or can I try something else?
You sell the same thing. It's a pen.
The same pen. Okay.
But now you're going to fill in, and you're going to describe in a way so that she use your words so that she can fill it.
Okay.
So like imagine. Like,
okay, so now I have this pen, right? Imagine, so you love the color of this pen. This pen is like super shiny, and the way that it feels when you write with it is just super glidey across the paper. It doesn't bleed through the paper when you write with it. It doesn't leave any what do you call it? Like any gaps in the way that you write. It's very flowy. It has a ballpoint on it. And I think that it makes your signatures and your words look really pretty. And the color that it writes in is actually blue. So you love blue, and and just imagine yourself signing or writing in your journal with it, and like writing something really nice and some things that you actually are feeling for that day. I think this pen is actually a pretty good pen to write with. So are you interested in buying it now?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy it.
Okay. Well, that's great. I'm so happy.
You did good.
Very good. And that feels very natural. It doesn't feel salesy, right? It feels very natural.
No, it didn't feel salesy.
And the good thing about I like the way Alexis told a story around her. You'll find your clients do that, where she told you her strategy. You didn't even have to go through the script over and over and over again. She said, oh, I like the way it looked. And then it was the way it felt the way it felt, and the way it was going to feel against my skin. And so again, in selling your pen, it's just your stretch. Is you can say, and really how it's going to feel, like really go in even more descriptive and how lightweight it's going to feel. You know, that, or maybe sometimes people like a heavier, more dense. And so you may say, and if you like a more heavier, something with some more weight to it, this pen also comes. So which out of the two would you prefer?
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that one.
Yes. So, those are just different things where, the look is what stops her. And then the feel is it overtakes her. And once she gets in that feeling, that's when then she formalizes the picture. And then the picture seals the deal, where that's where the gavel comes in, knocking on stuff, and we all stop. We know it's the final thing. All right.
Yep.
So Alexis, it's your turn to figure out what was the last thing Germany bought, and will we be able to sell her some pens tonight?
Awesome. So I cannot get my computer's moving really slow. I have a dinosaur and I cannot get my manual to come up here because I have not printed it out yet. I actually ordered a book, but can you put it?
I can pull that up for you.
Okay. Thank you. I've been sitting here this whole time trying to get it to come up, and it still ain't come up yet.
All right. Let's see here. And that was page 164, I believe.
Yes.
You're not a cat either.
Okay. I'm going to come here. And I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And share. Let's see, can I move that out of the way so that you can actually see the script? All right. How's that for you?
Good, good. I'm gonna turn a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, Germany. Okay. Just real quick, tell me something. Tell me something about an experience that you just had. Are we still staying on clothes, or do I just like go into whatever I think?
Yeah, no, we stay into clothes for this.
Stay on clothes. Okay.
Yeah, we just keep it nice and simple.
Yep. Germany, can you tell me about a time where you went out shopping for yourself and bought yourself some clothes?
Well, I can't really remember a specific time that I bought myself some clothes, but I can remember a specific time that I bought something for myself, but it wasn't clothes.
It wasn't clothes. Okay.
So we'll go with that.
Remember, and you can recall a specific time.
I can.
Okay. Okay. What was that?
So I ended up buying those little those air freshener things from Bath and Body Works you put in a vent clip. Like I bought those.
Oh,
I love those.
Those can bring some nostalgic feelings. I can see that. I can see that. Okay. Okay. Now, as you go back to that time now, what was the first thing that caused you to
buy the air freshener clips at?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'm supposed to fill that in. Caused you to buy the air freshener clips.
The first thing that caused me to buy them was the need for them. So I didn't smell the ones that I already had. The smell was going away. So basically what I did was I got in the car and I didn't smell anything. And I was like, yep, nope, I need to go get some more. So yeah, that was the first thing that happened that made me want to even go look for
them. Okay. All righty. So you knew you needed them and you had to go look for them. What was it? What was there something that you saw, heard or felt after that? Oh, wait, after you saw.
Yep.
Okay.
The next thing that like that went on in my head was, do I got the money for that right now? Like budgeting, like can I even afford it right now? So then
Okay.
after that, I was, I thought like, can I afford it? And once I realized that I could afford it, then I went and bought it. Like I went to the mall right after that. And I went and then I started shopping for them. And that was the first thing that I went to. And then I just started smelling all of them. And they had a sale. I think no, they didn't have a sale. Did they have a sale? No, they didn't have a sale. It was just the regular price. But I ended up smelling all of them and then finding the ones that I actually like. And then I actually realized that I wanted a new vent clip too. So I ended up getting a vent clip as well.
So what was it about the vent clip that you saw that draw you to it, or the smell of the actual scent that drew you to that scent that you bought?
What drew me to that scent? That smell was just really, it was something that I knew I wanted to smell over and over. It was really refreshing. It was like, it was light. It wasn't overpowering or anything. And it kind of smelled like it gave me summer vibes.
Love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, and the clip thing, what made me buy that, it was just pretty. It was real pretty. It was like it looked like little flower, had like how you said the bedazzle, it had like a little bedazzly things along it and stuff like that. So then I was like, oh, this is cute.
Okay, yes. I love that.
But wait a minute though. I bought it though because I wanted my smell in my car to be even stronger. So instead of me putting one scent in my car on one vent, I wanted two to make the smell even stronger. So that's actually it was pretty, but then what made me actually was like, what sold me on actually getting it was like, I actually want the smell to be stronger in my car. So that's what ended up making me buy it, because I didn't have to have it.
Got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So after you saw the flower and you saw how it was bedazzled and you smelled the freshness and the slight strongness of the scents, and you realized that the two scents together were going to be what you wanted, what you needed, what was the very next thing that happened?
The very next thing. I'm sorry, you can finish. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. So the very next thing that happened as you decided to buy, or as you were deciding, is that what I say?
What step are you on?
Five.
After,
yep. The very next thing that happened as you, do I say bought the clip or decided to buy the clip? Okay.
Yes.
So what was the very next thing that happened as you were buying the vent clip in the sense?
The very next thing was, I went up to the counter and bought them. Stood in line. That was the very next thing. Yeah.
Okay, so you pretty much were set on that. You was ready to buy it, but did you picture something? Did you say anything to yourself? Did you have a certain feeling or emotion?
Okay, so then, the next thing that I actually did feel was, again, do I really need this right now? Budgeting money wise, like that's always like my next thing, like, because I'll go all the way up to the register and choose and have her ring everything up, and then be like, if I think about it in my head that I can't afford it, and I make it to the register and she rings it up, I will tell her, stop, no, never mind, I'm sorry. And so that's what I did think, that again, like, dang, can I afford to spend? Because I ended up tallying up the money. It was like probably like $30 something. And I was like, dang, that's a lot of money on some air fresheners for my car. Like, should I really buy this? And then so what sold me was like, I love these. It's for myself. I waste $30 on regular things anyway. Like, I just throw away $30 on food or something. I just throw away $30 in other areas. So it's okay for me to spend $30 on something that I actually like, which is those. So I was just like, I can sacrifice it for it. So I just bought them.
That's always a really good reflection. I love that. So after you realized that this is what you wanted, you definitely thought about whether or not you could afford it. And after that, did you know that you wanted to buy it, or did you do anything else or something else?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, I knew I wanted to buy it. And it's finances is always a tricky thing for me feeling wise. Like it's always just super tricky. Because it's hard to spend the money when I know, like when I'm kind of like getting it for myself, especially when it's kind of so much. And then when I feel like it's just a little bit, like I only got 3 of the things, like 4 things for $30. I feel like that's not, it doesn't add up. Like I got 4 things for $30. That's just, I'm doing something wrong. But going up to the register, after I made up in my mind, I was like, yep, nope, I'm gonna get it, because I deserve to have something that I actually like and want without having to feel guilty about it, even money wise. And so I just bought it, and I went up there. Actually, we paid for it. I didn't think twice about it no more. I was just like, I'm done with it. It's already here, done, gone, and we doing it. And my car finna smell real good. So I'm finna like everybody getting in my car, and when they get in my car, I'm like, oh, your car smells so good. Thank you. $30.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So I have this really nice, really pretty smelling hand lotion. And the name of it is called Pink Freshia. And it's really soft. It also gives you that very summery feeling, but also not overpowering, but it lasts and it lingers. And even after you wash your hands a few times, you still feel it on your skin. It still smells really good. It comes in a set of 3, so you will be able to carry it with you in your purse or your pocket, and you won't run out right away. It will definitely be worth spending your money on. You won't feel like you didn't spend your money on something you don't have to show for it, because you'll have some soft skin to show for it, and you may even get compliments on the smell of it, because again, it will linger. And so I think personally that investing in good smelling hand lotion is a win-win, especially when you need lotion for your skin, and it is offered at a reasonable price based on the quality that you're getting. Would you like to buy this lotion?
I would like to buy that lotion if I could understand how much that lotion costs. You said it's affordable. Well, what's affordable?
So
what's three for what?
So
$3-4. $3-4.
Right.
If it's $3-4, baby, hand it to me.
Right. So I am offering 3 of these for $20. So it's 3 for $20.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think if that smell is lingering, if it's lasting after I wash my hands, like, and people is telling me like, oh, you still smell good, and from a cup from 6 feet, like, okay, $20 is pretty cool.
So you did an awesome job in giving her selling strategy. What would you sell to her to be off-putting that you think is opposite her buying strategy?
What would I say? I'm sorry, say it again.
How would you sell to her opposite her buying strategy?
Opposite her buying strategy.
Because you keyed in on the things that made her buy the car freshener. But I'm glad to see that. But now a part of the exercise, I want to see you deconstruct it and sell it to her opposite where she wouldn't want.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. And let's back this up, and I'm going to help you out a little bit with this, and then we'll because it was hard for you to figure out what her buying strategy was, because she started off auto digital. She started off in her head.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And when, and you, Germany, you correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm off. You know you better than anybody.
Okay.
But she started in her head. And then because of the item that she was getting, yes, the smell was important to her. And then from there, she went to feeling, because she said it gave her a summer vibe. That's a feeling.
Yeah.
And then it was how it looked.
Yeah.
But then you had her loop back when you kept asking. She had already told you these things. When you kept asking her, she re-looped and she started back and she went in her head again. Because audio digital, that's their place.
That's true.
Oh,
so I did an extra step when I didn't need to. And I kind of felt that. So I'm glad you highlighted that, because I did catch it. And then because I'm looking at the step, I'm thinking, okay, so do I go back through it or do I just run with it? Because I did get it. You're right. I did get her strategy, but I think I was just looking at the step and thinking I needed to go through it.
Right. But and the fact that it was in her head, it wasn't anything you saw, heard, or felt. And you did, when a person starts in auto digital, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You brought her back to, well, yeah, you thought about it. Can you afford it? And that's great. You affirmed her to say, yeah, that's something important to think about. But then after that, what was it? Was it something you saw, something you heard, or something you felt?
Yeah. So I know, so I was supposed to do that. But after that, she had given me her strategy. I didn't really need to go on to 6, did I?
After 6, yes. So in 6, you say, so after you listed, because you want to verify. So after you thought about whether or not you could afford it, after you smelled all the smells and you decided which one you wanted based on what gave you that summer vibe, what felt like summer to you. And then you looked and saw how it looked. It was shiny with the, the other part of the clip. Did you know that you were ready to buy at that time, or did something else happen?
Got you.
Like, no, I knew I was ready to buy.
That's where I was supposed to stop.
Correct. Or she had already told you, and then after that, I went up to the counter and you had her circle back and go through her loop again.
Yeah.
So again, but the purpose of this is follow the script. Yeah. But when the person gives you all of the things in their description of it, because again, when we buy something and it's something that we like, it's easy and effortless for us to talk about what it is. Yeah. You just still always just read the script verbatim and fill in what you have. So, okay. So, it was something that you saw, and then it was something after that, it was something that you heard. Was that the very next thing that happened after you saw and heard? And then they'll fill in that third. Or if they gave you all 3, then you verify, okay, you see her, and did you have a picture? Did you say something to yourself? Did you have a certain feeling or emotion? A lot of these are, if the person isn't forthcoming, these are different prompts. But if the person is, where what the first thing was, and the first few things that they did after the first initial thing, then you go ahead, you verify it, you ask, and then you come on down to step number 6. But again, this is why I love us to get on these calls and be able to do this, because we're all different. And so we're able to learn from that. And this doesn't really attest to when you get someone that starts off audio digital. But again, today we were able to see very naturally, you demonstrated how to, when you follow the script, it's going to bring it on home for you. And another thing you could have done today was she went to buy something very broad, a car freshener. But then you could have said specifically, how did you narrow it down to the 1 or the 3 that you bought? What separated you buying those from all the others? So getting even more specific would have then helped you really narrow in on what that buying strategy was.
Got you.
But again, y'all both, you guys understand the assignment, because it's about once I hear what it is they're looking for, now in a very conversational, in a very matter of fact way, I'm able to sell to that person while we're on the phone. But also when you're writing sales pages, and this is something that we'll get into in masters, you guys have some working sessions, and you have some copywriting and email writing and things of that nature. When you know this, when you know the different buying strategies that there could be, they may be auto, if the person starts off with auto digital, if the person is more how they feel about something, if they need to see something, well, how are they going to see this? It might be in a video that you're going to put on your sales page. And what do you need to say in that video if the person needs to look and see, look at something first? Or if the person needs to feel it and they can't reach out and touch it, how are you using your descriptive words? How are you using your conversational hypnosis to really embed those commands in their mind when you know what it is they're looking for? So this all works together for the good.
Yeah, this was
okay.
Good.
This
was
was
good.
good.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
So now you can make dinner for the hubby.
That's right.
Hey now.
Let me see if I still feel like it. Let me see if I need to figure out what my motivation strategy for this is.
We need to do your motivational strategy real fast for his sake, so he can get him some food.
Right. Tell him that, Germany.
but for real, and I'm gonna let y'all go. When we on a call with our girlfriends and we want them to think differently, whether it's about their job, their kids, whatever it is, some body weight that they didn't gain. Now we have the tools that we can, I'm big on this, using this in the real world.
Yeah.
And it's very conversational.
Very. They won't even realize that you're actually doing it. It's just like, you're just talking like, can you even think about a time when you did this? Like, it's just nothing. It's just random. Like, they're going to be like, girl, what you asking me all these questions for? Like,
so what's interesting is part of this is something I actually already do because of the way that I've learned how to do deep listening. And one of the things about deep listening is asking those reflection type of questions. And so this is awesome just because, again, I essentially won't be really changing much with my pattern in my speech in a way that I already talk to people to, elicit whatever it is that is on their mind. So this is just, I'm like super excited. I can't wait to use it. I have a discovery call on Wednesday and I can't wait to use this. So
yes, exactly.
Hey, you about to use it and you about to get this person.
Yeah, use the wheel thing too that she showed us. I'm excited.
Yes. So here's the thing, and again, I can probably stop recording at this point.
Yeah.
Let me see. We're over here. Oh, let me stop sharing the screen. Stop share, and then.